Okay, so now that we know how to get to the accessibility checker, again, one of two ways. Under the Outlook desktop app, I can go ahead and click on the Review tab and then click Check Accessibility, or off of the Message tab, I can just go ahead and click on the link that says Review Accessibility Issues. Let's take a look at what some of these concerns for accessibility are mentioned. If you look at the content of my email, you're going to notice that it does contain a lot of text in the form of regular text as well as hyperlinks. There's also images and a couple of bulleted items. So we're going to pay attention to what is mentioned on the right-hand side. In order for us to also be accessible in general with all the content that we create, we are highly recommending that you take a look at the Content Creation Email Messages Standard provided from the Section 508.gov website, where you will notice that they actually go into detail of how to use text, headings, background color, and so on. So these are just a few of the many standards that are mentioned in that Content Creation Email Accessible Standards. So let's take a look and see what we have. You're going to notice right away that it says that we do have some issues. And the biggest issue that the Outlook desktop application is finding is that the media and illustrations are missing alternative text. Before I jump into this one, I actually also want to mention that when working with emails, especially if it's a lengthy email, we really want to pay attention to a couple of things. First of all, the text. When working with text, we must remember to use simple grammar. We must also spell out abbreviations and acronyms first. After that, and then we basically indicate what the acronym or the abbreviation is. We can then use the abbreviations and acronyms. And we also must use inclusive language. Again, these are just some of the many standards that are recommended. If your email is lengthy, another recommendation is to use headings. So if you notice, this isn't super lengthy, but it does contain quite a bit of information. And we are referencing different sections of content. So I'm going to do the following. Every email, if it's a lengthy email, should really start off with a heading. So by highlighting the greeting line at the top, if I click on Format Text, you're going to see that I have my different styles. And if you notice, heading is one. And then I have heading two. And if I click to expand this gallery, you will see that I have quite a few other ones. But the biggest one and most important one is to create that heading one. Everything after that, for example, text could be a heading level 2. Headings, images, background color, and so on, those could all stay as heading levels 2. One thing to keep in mind when working with headings is you have to make sure that you are nesting them in the appropriate levels. So header 2 exists only if a heading 1 exists. You can't skip levels, basically. So now that I have my headers in place, I can then go ahead and continue on with the next tip.